Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Uncle Jesters Presents Three Yanks and a Brit. And right now I'm waiting on the two other Yanks and the Brit. I was on a previous stream, Lawrence, and of course I'm running a little bit late, and so they will be here shortly. So it's just going to be me. And I'm working out some kinks real quick. If I can find my channel on actual YouTube, maybe we can do this. There we go. It was a quite a heart-wrenching game today. We started out great, different formation, in a 4-2-2, and we were playing well until, of course, somebody had to do a madness and get sent off after 28 minutes. So it was really hard on the heart today, folks. It really was. Big up everybody in the comments. Yeah, my companions should be coming on here soon, and if not, I'm going to throw things at them. I know. Actually, Marv was at the game today. Was hoping to get some live commentary from him. I don't know where Josh is. So, well, that's probably why. Give me a second. Put it in the wrong chat. Well, that's always terrible. Yeah, growing pains, folks. But they'll be with us shortly. So I'll go ahead and talk about the game as far as statistics and those types of things. And that is Smarter Scout. That is not going to help me out. So let's see here. Why can't I find us? There we are. All right. Match center. Here we go. So, of course, Conor Gallagher gets his first yellow card in the 22nd minute. Earlier than that, we had a chance from Loftus-Cheek where Sterling played him in. Maybe you could say that Ruben should have done better and got us 1-0 up. That's fair enough. But he didn't. And so again, we had all the possession at that point. And I cannot believe, what are we doing here? Trying to get the statistics up, and it doesn't want to do that today. So we had all the possession, all the play, and then Conor Gallagher gets his first red card at the 22nd minute, and 6 minutes later he gets sent off, double yellow. He's gone for Tuesday's match, which is fine with me because I'm really not bothered in seeing him after what he did today. You're a professional footballer. You have to know that on a yellow card, you can't get a second one, especially 6 minutes later. You can't do that. So I just can't. I can't be bothered to ask him to be in the side anymore. Actually, I think he should be shipped out, used in one of these deals, whether it's to go get Anthony Gordon, whether it's to go Wilfred Zaha, whatever it is. He needs to go find his level because it ain't at Chelsea. I can tell you that. So we ended up with only 46% of the ball possession. In the first half. Oh, there's my guy. What's going on, Ryan? I apologize. I dropped it in the wrong chat. You with me?
Yeah, I am.
So I appreciate you coming on. What happened to the other two?
I don't know. I don't want to speak for them.
I'm just going over statistics. We ended up with 46% of the ball, 54 in the first half, by the way. So even going down halfway through, we were still at 64%. And then 75%, we were only at 25% in the second half. So we kind of hunkered down and played, please don't penetrate us that much.
You seem like a wise man, Jared. I've been in this game a long time, man. A long time. And when I say that Conor Gallagher is not good enough for this team, I'm not talking shit. I'm not trying to be surprising or be, hyperbolic. I mean what I say. It's not like I'm trying to fucking get a rise out of the fan base. I mean what I say. This player is just not good enough for Chelsea, and it's because his first touch sucks. He is in too many 50-50s, which is literally exactly what I said last week. And he's a hasty player, and he's not ready, and he probably never will be, because those habits, they carry. Once you have them for life. So when I talk, I'm not just trying to be some fucking guy. I mean what I say. I'm serious about this shit.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Conor has shown that he is more at the level of a Crystal Palace than he is of a Chelsea Football Club.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I don't even know why we're fucking even having this conversation, because that's it. And it always should have been that. And we need to leverage what they want and just get Zaha out of it.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think Zaha's a perfect. I'm sorry, I'm on two screens. That's why I'm looking away.
Zaha is an awesome player. He's an awesome player.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that if we're not able to get Aubameyang, if that ends up falling through, which I don't understand why it would.
Well, life is an evolving thing, man. So is football. I mean, we just got to go with the punches, right?
Yeah, and again, I'm not going to go, oh, we're done now if we get Zaha. And
I mean, it's look at Brendan Rodgers, right? I mean, he said, "Oh, Wesley Fofana, no deal," right? He just fucking signed with us 5 hours ago. So nothing can't be done. All right, there's no such thing as no deal. All right, you watch The Usual Suspects. There's no such thing as nothing can't be done. Of course, something can be done if the money's right.
Yeah, of course, it always can be. It's just about meeting that dollar amount that they'll go, okay, well, we were just capping. We're ready to go with that amount of money, because that's basically what it is. It's a negotiation. And
fuck yeah, dude, I do these deals every week, man. I mean, like, I swear to God, Jared, I swear to God, I had this deal right yesterday where it was $6,700 for the deal per month for years. This is like an $87,000 deal, marketing wise. And the CFO told the CEO, "No, I want to do it for $6,500 per month to make the deal $84,500 instead of $87,000." This is the pettiness of people. They always want a deal. They always want to think that they're getting something over the person that is proposing the deal. It's insanity to me, and this is why people are so fucking weird.
You have you have to think about you have to be seen to be the winner. It's more about winning.
But I just don't understand the arrogance. I don't understand the pride. It's like, dude, everybody wins here if the deal goes through.
But it has to go through at my dollar amount.
It's Man, I think maybe men are too prideful. I don't know, man. I don't understand.
Yeah. What's up, Josh?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Josh, I'm just kind of breaking down here a little bit because I knew Gallagher was never going to be the guy. I just, man.
Yeah, it was a struggle. It's a weird one for me because, like, I honestly completely missed the first yellow. I know we were chatting about it in the game. I didn't even see it. So when they gave him the red, I thought it was a straight red. That's why I said
no. This was someone that was just making a ton of mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because I thought he did a couple of good things as well, like early on in the game. But
it doesn't matter if he's a hasty player, bro.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he was the guy sent off. So I don't. I mean, obviously, I don't look at him as a starter in this team, especially with guys like Kovacic and Conte still like coming back. But yeah, it wasn't great from him. It wasn't a great whatever 28 minutes it was that he played.
Look, Josh, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to prove a point.
Yeah, no, listen, I agree. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good enough. I seem to think. I think most people, though, if I'm being perfectly honest, in the position that he's in, play. I know you like Jorginho, Ryan, but like I think a lot of guys in that position are going to find it. There's a reason why he's the only guy who's never injured, and everyone else who plays with him is injured all the time.
Come on!
Because you're talking about you're asking that other partner to do a lot of extra running around, and I thought Gallagher was doing a lot of that today.
And to be fair, who runs more than Jorginho?
I mean,
he runs. No, I mean that's not accurate.
Yeah.
At all, dude.
I would say most. I'd say most people, but like
no, that's Josh. That's not accurate at all. He runs to He wants every pass. He wants to receive the ball every single time that he doesn't have it. This guy runs more than everybody. I'm sorry. That's inaccurate. That's just inaccurate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's inaccurate.
I thought he struggled. I thought he struggled today. Like he did okay.
Okay.
When we went to 10 men, I thought he did an okay job playing defense, but he didn't offer much of anything else.
Let's call a spade. All right, I get it. It's fine. Just when's Marvin going to show up? Because I do want to do the show.
I don't know.
By the way, let me tell you something. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has a ton of flaws, but that motherfucker's got a big old dick. He showed so much pride today. He really did, man.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic, man. I've thought this for quite some time. Like he's just learning the wingback role. It's a new role to him. And I know when we went in attack today, it was more of a 4 at the back in attack, so he had a little bit more freedom. But there's very few people with this skill set that play the game of football at his size. I think he was unlucky not to score today. I think that was a really good save. He did what we all
save, Josh. Good save.
He did what we all asked him to do last week. He hit it first time, and he hit it right on frame, and the keeper slid right across and made a good save. Like, not much more I think he could have done there. Aside from that, I thought he was really good. Yeah.
I mean, isn't he like a reminder of like an American athlete? Like he's so athletic, right? Yeah. It's not just that he's a footballer. Like he really is a specimen. People say these words and they throw them around and it's jogging, but with Ruben, like he's so unique. I mean, he's like Aaron Donald, right? Like this is a unique footballer.
Yeah, 100%. His feet are special. For his size.
so quick, right?
Yeah. for a guy his size, like it's a special ability. I thought he was really good again today too. I mean, I think the one guy we can probably all agree on that was just way below level today was number 19. He was nowhere to be found today. nowhere to be seen for a large portion of his 45 minutes.
I think we're gonna have to save Josh. We're gonna have to save that one.
Yeah, Marv got to witness it in person, and I think you said it was more shocking in person than he had
This player that everybody defends. Oh my fucking Lord!
Right.
Yeah.
But before we go any further, hold on. We got to do something. We need to say happy birthday to the gentleman that is known as Carlito, Mr.
Oh, hey!
Happy birthday, sir! I'm not going to discuss your age. That's that's not me.
I'm 34 years old.
Yeah. Again, happy birthday. I think Josh just bounced. Looks like it's going to be me and you again because I think Marv is spotty on the train right now. There we go. But I hope that you have a great day and have many more in front of you.
I have to be honest with you. In light of the recent tragedy of my family, I have to say getting closer to my father is such a pleasure. It really is. And Jared, you have kids, and so I'm sure that you understand this. Josh, you're a father too. I'm not yet. I will be eventually. But I have to say, getting closer to my dad, it's one of the greatest joys of my life, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that from experience. Family is very important. So everybody, whether you have differences with your family, they're still your blood, and in a blink of an eye, they can be gone.
Yeah.
And don't ever stop and not be able to have the chance to say the things you need to say to them, make up, because life is way too short. I know that from firsthand experience. So, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too, because it's a lot better streams with you on them.
Well, I know that you mean that. And trust me, I mean it too, because everything I say, it's sincere. I'm not talking shit when I talk about these players, when I talk about this game, when I talk about this team. I love Chelsea. I really do. And today, such a special day in such tremendous adversity, right? Like, how can you not love this team after what we showed today?
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Jared. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I think that for me, it's more impressive than what Liverpool did to Bournemouth.
100%.
Because Bournemouth, they just need to forfeit the rest of their games and go down. They're a terrible squad. Of course, that being said, they're going to beat us like 3-0. That's going to happen.
That's 13 goals. That's 13 goals in their last 2 games they allowed. It's pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Is Scott Parker their manager?
Yes, it is. And not Peter Parker, Scott Parker.
Man, for all your handsomeness and all your fucking blazers, no defense, huh?
Yeah.
No D. It's smooth as a Ken doll.
That's actually a multi-level joke. That's a very good one, Jared.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
He's got the hair of a Ken doll, and he's got the genitals of a Ken doll. I'll tell you what.
For me, it was a special performance. It reminded me a lot of last year. We had a similar situation against Liverpool earlier in the year where we went down a man with 70, 80 minutes left to play. Yeah. And they put in a shift to get a draw, which was great. This year they put in a shift to win the game, which was a nice change of pace. Ryan was saying during the game, like when we went down a man, like just continue to attack, keep the attack on. We have better players on the pitch. Let's just continue to attack the opposing goal, and they did that really well in the second half, the early part of the second half in particular.
Hey, Marvin, we can hear you, but you need to turn up your volume.
Yeah, we can barely hear you, man.
How about now?
No, not good enough. Okay. Not good enough.
My headphones is because I tried to do it with headphones. Let me turn the headphones off.
Good. Because we do want to hear what you have to say, even though you and I had a spat earlier today, but that's okay.
No.
There he is.
We got you now.
Oh, yeah. Marvin, how proud are you of this team? I just have to ask this. up front because you're a father. You're a very
Yeah,
prideful
it's
man.
absolutely
How
incredible.
proud are you of this team?
Absolutely amazed. I'm so shocked that we was able to pull it out in the second half, especially after the red card and being put in trouble by Gallagher. And there were certain players that just Sterling, stepped up after making a few mistakes in the first half. Loftus-Cheek, incredible, and Thiago Silva. I've been at
Oh
Chelsea
my
for a lot
God.
of years, and I have never seen that good. Honestly, that's the best defensive performance I've ever seen live.
He's such a great player. Such a great player, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
Josh, let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen a better defensive player ever? Like,
Yeah, I feel like I got to watch John Terry for the most part in like the prime and the later stage of his career, and even at his age, you don't even need to take the age into consideration. If you just looked at the player and no date on the birth certificate, he's the best defender in the world. I think I can say that and be
unequivocally.
Yeah. Like, he's so positionally aware. It's astounding to me. Like, he never puts a foot wrong positionally. He does have like obviously at his age, like the lack of pace is something that we've talked about, but like he doesn't need it, doesn't rely on it, doesn't really care about it. He's just always there. Yeah, like Lars said, in person, I'm sure it was even more impressive because you're right there. But man, he was a sensational player today. Just absolutely awesome. Yeah, I agree 100%.
I mean, Jared, is there such a thing as, kind of LeBron James has this type of intelligence that transcends age?
Well, I think that, yes, I wouldn't throw LeBron James in that class.
Oh, we got a hater.
I know.
Okay, Skip.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Oh,
That's
no.
all I got to
my
say.
favorite player. Hey, my mother's from Chicago. Come on, man. Don't get me twisted.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan. That's all I got to say.
No. What I mean is that, LeBron, even he's what, same age as Thiago Silva. That intelligence, like, it doesn't matter how old he is. It's the positional awareness. It's the savvy. It's the joie de vivre. It's the fucking style. Like, that shit does not get old.
Yeah, and we talk about silky attackers. They're so silky on the. Thiago Silva is a silky defender.
Yeah, he's not even trying, right? Sometimes it doesn't even look like he's trying. He's just right there.
It's so sexy. It's so delicious.
Yeah, it really is a brilliant baller, and without him today, we don't win that game. I'm telling you that right now.
No question.
He is just. And in the second half, he was hurting. There was something wrong.
100%.
He still was.
Yeah, he was starting to cramp. He was starting to cramp up. Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't think we're going to see him on Tuesday. By the way,
I don't think so either.
It's okay. It's okay.
And maybe Ethan Ampadu at the center back position.
Not a bad idea, Josh. Not a bad idea at all.
He seems to be the guy that played center back mostly in the preseason, and Thiago's due for a rest. He may be the guy who gets the shout there.
Well, I don't dislike Ampadu. I don't like him as center mid. I want him as a defender.
Yeah, I think you're right. Center back, he was best at center back, center back, then central midfield.
Center mid it's a complicated position, man. You have to be so aware. It's a 360-degree position because pressure is coming from you at every angle. So you always have to be aware of before you even receive the ball, who is coming at me? Where is the space? Where is my first touch? Everything is a comprehensive ideology. And some people just can't have it. Most people can't hack it at center mid. They just can't. As for Matt's asking this right now. Yes, Matt needs to be dropped. He needs to be dropped.
Yeah, I think it's okay to do that. And again, playing Tuesday gives you can give Tuchel an excuse to do it without it being like it's a performance-based drop.
He's playing on Tuesday, by the way.
You think Mason is?
Yeah.
No, Marvin, what's going on, buddy?
Welcome to London.
No, what Matt is asking is Mount going to be dropped in the Premier League games? Yes, I think he's going to be dropped because his performance, it's so bad.
Yeah, he was invisible. He was really invisible today, and it's 4 games on the bounce, and we've seen nothing from the player.
Yep.
I thought Havertz got better when Mount came off the pitch. In fact, our offense got better when Mount was off the pitch, and we were down to 10 men.
Yeah,
that's terrible thing. That's a terrible thing to say, and that's a terrible indictment of the player. That again, we're better when he's not there.
I just don't think it's an indictment of the player if it's on a Struve.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if you're so far what we've seen, like if you're going to deploy him in that forward role, then he has to be dropped because there's just nothing there. You're not getting anything from him right now that would justify taking up an attacking position. Now, it hasn't been good for me yet this season. I don't even know if people who, and I do like Mason Mount. I think he's a useful, valuable player with some assets, but I don't think you can justify what we've seen so far to continue to run him out. Now, maybe if he plays Tuesday, that means he doesn't play on the weekend, but I think his position as a regular starter right now, 4 games in, is maybe in trouble.
Yeah. Jared?
I can't say any more than that. He is just not an attacking player. He just doesn't have it in him. And he's gotten worse.
He's gotten worse, Jared.
We're going to try this again with Marv.
I'm finally back in again.
Marvin.
There
We're talking about Mason Mount. Now, look, I think he's just a guy. I don't think that he's some great player. He's not some fucking Frank Lampard savior because there's only one Frank Lampard, and therefore he will never be replicated. And anyone that thinks that Mason Mount could be Frank Lampard, yeah, watch old games of Frank Lampard and realize what a real top 3 PL ever player is actually like, because Mason Mount is not it. So I'm asking you, Marvin, is this player deserving to simply just be dropped?
Well, I mean, this is the first time I actually saw him live because I've been to a game 2 years ago was the last time he wasn't actually in the team. I was watching and I was disgusted, absolutely disgusted with his performance. He does what I always see when watching it on TV, he just ghosts. Never see him. He occasionally wins a tackle, but we don't need that up front. What we need is quality, and he's really lacking it. For me, it was even worse than Gallagher, and Gallagher was shocking. I was really surprised because the last game I saw was just before Frank Lampard took over. So I'd seen, a quality team, good, lots of good players. But for me, I mean, Mount is not it. I know a lot of the fans love him, but I really, at the moment, I cannot see how he starts games. I do not understand it at all.
It's just baffling, dude. It's just baffling.
Yeah, I completely agree. I like, as of now, I don't think you can start him. Like there's other options out there with a different skill set than he has in that position. Even in this team right now. I mean, I think I thought much earlier this game was calling for a guy like Pulisic. When you go down 10 men, you need a guy on the pitch who can maybe create something out of nothing. And he's kind of like maybe the one of a couple players on the whole team who can do that by himself. And I thought he maybe should have come on sooner, if not had started this game. But yeah, I don't think he can justify right now an argument for being a consistent person, regular in the team. Like, it just not right now. He doesn't have that argument.
Not at all. I think that maybe some of the success has gone to his head from the last couple of years. But he is not. Look, it just, you cannot be the star boy and ghost in the first 4 games of the year. I'm sorry. If you want the mantle of the next captain of the football team, the star boy, the best player, the Lampard successor, and you ghost in the first 4 games, you get yanked at halftime for a 33-year-old playing right center back? What are we talking about here, folks? It's just, it cannot continue to happen.
Well, Aspie
It
was
just
good,
can't.
you know.
Oh,
When
yeah.
Aspie, sorry if I'm interrupting anyone. 'cause I
Aspie
can't
was
hear
good,
if
by
you
the
were-
way. Aspie was good, no doubt.
Yeah, he was. He came on and made a lot of decisive challenges, and I think, you know, it's for me, it's quite scary how bad Mount actually was in person. It was even worse than when on the TV. And I'm a fan. I like the player, but I don't know what has happened. Like, he gets the ball passed backwards. There was a lot of backwards passing. I mean, in the first half, the front three, wow. I mean, Sterling picked it up in the second half, and even Kai battled more in the second half, which was
Yes,
great.
he did.
But
Yes, he did.
Mount was rightfully hooked. Rightfully hooked.
Look, full disclosure, my father is my best friend. My father's favorite player is Mason Mount. And my father called me after the game today and said, look, Raheem Sterling showed the amount of courage that I don't even think anyone else could ever muster. And Mason Mount, he also said, needs to be dropped. And this is his favorite player.
Yeah.
He needs to be dropped. And that is because my dad's been around this game as long as I have, man. And it's, Josh, I have to say, man, when it's as plain as day, sometimes it's the reality of the situation, man.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not saying he needs to be given up on. It's just a matter of
It's about right now.
Right. Yeah. Right now, you can't, even the stoutest mount defenders, none of their stuff would hold water right now. You can't even say, oh, he's our most creative. Well, he's not creating right now. Oh, well, he's our best, scored our most goals. Well, not scoring any goals right now. Like, he's dropping back to pick up the ball from the midfield. No, he wasn't doing that today either. That was Sterling coming back to get the ball.
Certainly not doing that at all.
So I don't think you can say that. And I do think, and Jester, I completely agree with what you said before on this, that Mount and Havertz, to me, they're very much the same guy. And I think Havertz has a little bit more in his bag than Mount does to do that role. So I think when you see a guy like when Aubameyang comes in, or if they go and get a guy like Rafael Leao, if they go and do that, those guys, they come right into the team. And they won't be coming in for Raheem Sterling. They'll be coming in for Mason Mount and probably for Kai Havertz. So, we'll see what happens before the end of the window. But right now, I think you have to show other guys in the team that, I'm not going to give you 4 or 5 games, to not do anything. Like, we need production in this position.
I thought Kai Havertz showed spirit, but
I'll give him that.
End of the day, look, I'm a pragmatist too, man. This is about production.
Yeah,
let's be real.
Yeah, he did a few good off the ball things today, I thought, Havertz.
He did.
But yeah, for me, and I do listen. I
like him too, Josh. I like him too.
I thought the offsides call was very harsh.
That was so ridiculous. By the way, come on.
The margin of error there was almost none. So I think that has to go. The benefit of the doubt has to go to the attacker in that situation. Especially if you're looking at the onside that Man United was given last weekend, the margin of error is almost worse.
By the way, buddy, Rashford was offsides.
I was going to say, if you look at the stills, the side by sides of the two,
he was legitimately offsides, and I was I was rooting for them to beat Liverpool. He was straight up offsides.
I completely agree. But that aside, I need something more. Like, I need goal. Like, if he was making runs every game and we were scoring goals because of that, I'd say, hey, you know what? He's actually, I can argue he's right about making off the ball runs. It's leading to goals. Look what's happening. But that's not happening really. So until that starts to happen, I need guys in that position who are going to produce. You know,
I think maybe Pulisic needs to come in.
Well, he's just not favored by Tuchel. I don't know what it is.
But he's not favored until he is.
Right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that point. But I need to talk about somebody else that needs to be on Fraud Watch. Edward Mendy got beat.
Don't say it. Oh.
He got beat at the front post after a bad kick. I'm just going to throw it to y'all. Ed, you cannot get beat at the front post.
Ooh, I'm going to have to say he saved our ass today.
Yeah, this was. But you're right, Jared. This was the game of an Edward. This was an Edward Mendy game, though. You got the bad, which is the near post miss. But then you got the good with some maybe three or four excellent saves. I mean,
we won the game because he fucking saved it. Now, look, Jesters, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. But, brother, he also saved our ass.
Yeah.
He was fouled on that corner. He was fouled, absolutely, 100%. I'm not giving him that. Like, he generally would go up to punch that ball. He was being held down. I think that's a foul. I'm not going to judge him too harshly on that. And I also agree with what you're saying, Jester. There's been a lot of evidence of some issues with some of his keeping, but he also made 3 or 4 monster saves today too. That is the job.
Like legitimately 3-point saving type saves.
Okay, I will give you the saves that he made, but he's starting to have a pattern of the front post.
Hey,
he's a FIFA glitch. That's what he is. He's FIFA glitch.
I did not expect that from you.
Should have saved that Barnes shot though.
He was out of position.
By the way, everybody. Look, I think I've spoken with Marvin about this. Let me tell you something. Harvey Barnes is a fucking player. And anyone that says otherwise is an idiot. This dude is a baller.
It's a tough save, but it's his near post. He probably should get down to it.
Yeah, Marvin, I know you agree with me about Harvey Barnes.
Yep, I do. I think he's a good player. Barnes, actually, for me, is a good player.
This dude is relentlessly good. He always causes problems. Always.
Well,
absolutely. Sorry, I don't know if I'm interrupting anyone, so I can't hear.
You are. You need to put whatever headphones or whatever on.
He can't.
Okay.
Because that's why he couldn't have a microphone. So real quick.
I think that one thing that's really telling, and I don't know what part of the show we're on because I keep getting disconnected. But one thing that was really telling was how much better we were once Gallagher and Mount were off the pitch.
We've said that, yes. Our offense looked better when Mount was off the pitch with Gallagher at 10 men.
Brother, it's the truth. And Josh is a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. And I will just flat out say we were better without them.
So my thing in with Mendy is he wasn't in position for that shot. The goal when you come out, when you're 1-on-1, is to cut angles as a keeper.
Sure.
He didn't cut the angle. He gave him more of the goal to shoot at. When you have your near post that open, he can do either or. At least if you cut off the near post, he has to go across. And then that's what you're worried about, is him going across the goal. That's a lot harder shot than banging it in a near post. And this is not the first time with Mendy on the near post. See Benzema header from the 18-yard box. His near post defending is not that good. His positioning needs to fix up.
Josh, I just can't want Chelsea to explore another keeper option, man. It's such an expensive prospect, and we have so many other fish to fry.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why Kepa probably stays this year, and then you'll see a guy like maybe Gaga Slonina get more of a chance next year.
That's what I'm saying. I actually think Gaga's going to get it.
Yeah, he will absolutely at some point get it.
Jared, take a look at Slovenia. Man, Gaga's got some serious skills, man.
I've watched him play.
This is not American bias. This dude is fucking real.
I hope he's our World Cup keeper.
Me too. No,
Seriously.
shit. No, I'm serious too.
I think he's that good. Look, Mendy is better than the average keeper in the world. Yes, but let's not say that he has no flaws in the way he plays.
He's got many flaws.
Yeah, if he was flawless and was an all black level, a Neuer, whoever you think the top goalkeepers are.
Unfortunately, Courtois as well.
Yeah, Courtois, definitely. But he wouldn't have not been out of the game at the age he was at. So whether that's something that is just always going to be, he's always going to have these positional flaws. Look, I can tell you right now, he'll never be good with his feet. He's 28, going on 29. He's not going to be good with his feet. You can just write that off. It's just like David De Gea. He wasn't good with his feet, so they started kicking the ball along, and they actually won a game. Some keepers just aren't that. But you can work on positioning and anticipation of the shot. And like I said, Alisson, Ederson, they don't get beat at their front post on that Harvey Barnes shot. I'm sorry, they just don't. And if that's the classification our fan base is putting Mendy in,
which they are, by the way, Jared, by the way, they are putting Mendy in that classification.
So you have to hold that as Edward Mendy, and if you're his fanboy, if you're going to put him in the same category as Ederson and Alisson, or Courtois or Neuer, then when he gets beat at the one thing, keepers are told you don't get to be at your near post. You don't.
All right. So there's a question on the chat. Is Gaga that good with his feet? Yes. This is a modern keeper. Gaga Solina is very good. He plays for Chicago Fire. I follow the MLS. I used to work for an MLS team. I know this player. He is very good with his feet. This is a modern player. Eventually, I actually do think this is going to be the guy.
No, here it is. Yeah, look, MLS defending, your keeper's only as good as your defense.
Trust me when I say that they have to get the ball more than PL defenders. Sorry, PL keepers.
Look, I was a keeper in high school. Okay? My freshman year of high school was our first year of playing soccer. Ever.
So Jared was clunky.
But I had played before. I played in Houston. I played in Dallas.
Sure.
I played at a higher level.
Jared's near post was always open.
When you're getting 20 to 30 shots on goal a game from inside the 18-yard box, every keeper looks like crap. I'll just tell you that now. Not to say was ever at that level, but it's depending on if you're getting free runners in the box and they're shooting from right outside the 6-yard box or in the box every time, you're going to give up a lot of goals and you're going to say the keeper's bad. No, if the keeper's in position and he's doing his job and how he's supposed to be playing, you've got to look at the defense in front of him. Because the keeper's only as good as the defense in front of him. And depending on where those shots are coming from, there's just some things you just can't, there's nothing you can do about it. You just tip your cap and move. Tony Miola.
Is there a but in there that you are actually just disappointed in Mendy?
Well, I've seen the flaws in Mendy since he came here. I saw it.
All right. I get it, and I respect your opinion. I'm just gonna say,
but
no. But actually, what I'm gonna say is, I think Tuchel's gonna look at Gaga, and then they're gonna reevaluate whether they're gonna give Mendy a new contract or not. And I'm dead ass serious about saying this.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to look at Gabrielle first.
Oh, I think they should.
They should. Jared, of course they should. This is a serious business. This is fucking high level football. Of course they should.
Yeah. I don't have anything more to say, but yes, he needs to give us, like, he's going to be in January.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, he's going to be. Hell yeah, because he's no longer going to be playing for Chicago. He's going to be playing for Chelsea.
Right. So he'll be in January, and then the question becomes: does a keeper get injured and Kepa needs to be moved, and so you keep Gaga in the team, or is Kepa still here and you send him on a 6-month loan somewhere in the championship where he's going to start and let him play and see what he can do? That's the question going forward there.
All right. So enough about keeper talk. Jared, I want to talk about Raheem Sterling. And the first person I want to ask is Josh. Josh, what do you think about this performance?
Yeah, he was fantastic. I think to me, I thought in the first 4 games, having him not scored a goal, he does have an assist, but having not scored, even though he hasn't scored, he's been our most effective attacker by a long mile, most dangerous, most threatening so far. And today, he was the same way. He just got his goals. A beautiful back post, kind of vintage Sterling run on the Reece James cross for the finish. I think that's probably what most people would have thought Sterling would be doing, making those far post tap-in kind of goals like that.
Yeah.
And then he's so good cutting across onto his right with that. I mean, just an absolute peach of a finish for the first goal. He's so good cutting across and getting onto his right foot for that curler. I thought he was great. Yeah, he moved. His movement was good. He was dropping back deep to collect the ball. He was kind of creating a bit of the attack, which it was, I think, the first time I've seen him do that this year, really. And he ran his ass off, I think, on defense too. I saw him have to track back a couple of times when we were down 10 men to help to get some bodies on the ball. And he did a great job there too. So I've been thoroughly impressed with him. I thought he was great today. I was a bit harsh with him because I thought he missed that. I thought he missed that goal. When you watch it back, the keeper actually gets a foot to it to put it onto the post.
He does. Josh, he does. And my dad was pissed too. The keeper actually did well there. He did well.
I thought he just missed it. And I was like, oh man, we've seen the good with the bad with Sterling today. Like we saw the goal, and then of course he misses kind of a sitter. But when you watch it back, keeper gets a toe to it, puts it onto the post. So he probably could have had a hat trick today if we would have got the penalty. I think he was going to be the one to take the penalty. So yeah, I thought he was fantastic today. If I'm being honest, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, I gotta say, everyone's saying, "Oh, you're not going to get the same setup that you have at Man City." That's not true because Chelsea actually does create a lot of chances. But I think that Sterling's motivation to come here was he wanted to be the guy. And I understand that. And I respect that. I respect that he wanted to be the one that motivates everybody else. He wanted to be the leader. And you look at how emotionally involved he was today, how serious he was today. It's so inspiring because he fucking gave a shit. He really cared, and you could feel it. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you could feel it too, man. I mean, I am so proud that he decided at 27 years old to make such a life transition to London and to play for us. But I'll tell you what, this is the real deal, man. This guy is for real. And I love it. I love what he's doing. And I'm really appreciative of it as well.
Yeah, I agree. He's top class player.
He is.
Glad he's on the team because he's our only attacker at this point that's shown the ability to put the ball in the back. He should have had an assist, by the way.
Bro, he should have had 4 goals, man. I mean, come on. This guy was killing it.
He was really good. He was my man in the match today. I thought a lot of people were saying Thiago was brilliant, but you win by putting the ball in the back of the net. Thiago didn't do that. Sterling did. So he gets the nod over Thiago as man of the match. He is. Look, if this is what we're going to get when we have actually play Reece James in a position where he can put those balls in, y'all better watch out because dude is going to be putting some balls in the back.
Well, I mean, well, let's talk about it because we just signed Wesley Fofana for 75 million pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll be honest. I think even we can even talk about James's positioning for me. Like in attack, when we're at that 4, he's really kind of a free floating additional attacker there. Like Tuchel really lets him get forward. I mean, you saw the position of where the cross came from. That's like inside the box, like, just off of kind of the 6-yard spot. Like, I mean, he was very forward for being kind of still a center back at that point in the game.
Let me ask you a question, Josh. If you were the coach, would you stifle him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you limit Reece James or would you let him do whatever the fuck he wants?
Yeah, you just got to let him play, and I think him and Ruben have done a really nice job together. They have a nice little overlapping link up on that right hand side right now going on.
Agreed.
But I think Fofana is absolutely capable of doing that same thing with Reece as a wing back. He's very good with the ball at his feet. He's got a really nice, actually, bit of tech for a center back for being 6'3". So I think I don't think it will slow us down much. When Fofana comes in, it probably unlocks us even a little bit more offensively.
I'm actually curious if Chelsea fans know how good Fofana really is.
Well, just watch him play against us because he'll be the best player on the screen when you watch him.
Dude, I think fans are going to be surprised how good this player is because he is so modern, so progressive. He's fast. He's big. He can dribble. He's got everything, man.
So the one downfall I might see from this is I know we've got Ruben to play
right
kind of backup wing back, but he's not really a wing back, and we might need him to play center midfielder more than. Do we need to go out and get a backup wing back like we were talking about Kyle Walker-Peters or somebody like that? That I know that's why they were looking at Gordon because they were looking at him to be able to come in at certain times and play that wing back role.
I think I'll say I don't think so, and I'll say it this way because I think when we attack, we go to a 4 at the back. So I don't necessarily know that you need somebody who would be a wing back in that shape to really be successful. Like for me, you could get away with letting Ruben be there as a backup to Reece James, and then if we're going to play the 4-2-2 in attack, I don't know if Ruben hasn't argued a spot for himself as one of the 2s. Like I don't know which 2 you put him in. Maybe he becomes one of the 2s as well as Reece James. But I don't think you have to go buy a right wing back per se because I think that what we've shown so far is that when we attack, we don't necessarily attack in a 3-4-3 attack. We attack in a 4-2-2 setup. So I don't know if I would necessarily need to buy an actual wing back for me.
Well, maybe not
so
wing
many
back, but a
twos,
fullback.
so many twos. Two,
Yeah, you just throw someone in the 2, man. Put them in one of the 2s.
My gosh, I'm overwhelmed by twos.
Yeah.
Now, look, I don't know what Ruben is. I still don't. I don't even think he knows what he is. But what I do know is this. I like him. And I think that's all. I think that's all I know.
I think his true best position would be like a cam. Like if you were to say where would you like an old school cam, like a drive and distribute.
Yeah, but is he is he that slick on the ball? Is he as good as Ozil?
Oh, come on. He's that's his best attribute in my opinion is his slickness on the ball. Like for his size, he's a massive human being. And like
but you know that like that's actually like my favorite position on the field. I'm looking at Odegaard. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at Odegaard.
He would bully Odegaard. I think he would bully him.
But he's not better than Odegaard. That's the problem.
I don't know, man. Well, we'll see. I guess I don't know.
What I'm asking, Josh, is simply this: is Ruben okay with Tuchel using him as a utility player?
I think so. I think he's shown.
I would hope that he is, because
I think
still
he's
played one of the
shown
best.
he's more of a club guy, I think, than anything. I think he's shown that absolutely, because he could have asked to leave a couple of times over the last few years, and he always wanted to stay and fight for his position. So I think he'd be okay with being that, because he's gonna get a lot of games regardless. I mean, that's not at a certain point. I don't know. I don't even know if you want to play every single game. You know, you're just playing so many games. You want a bit of a rest every now and again.
Bro, he's gonna get time. He's gonna get time.
Yeah, no question.
Well, if we do switch to a back four, who covers the fullback position?
I don't think that's happening. I think we bought Fofana for a very specific reason. We're gonna do the 3.
Okay.
Because if you have Fofana, Thiago Silva, who is one of the best players I've ever seen, and then you have, K2. So you got K2, Thiago Silva, once again, one of the best players I have ever seen, and then you have Fofana. That's the best back 3 in the world, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, I think so what you're saying, just so like, I think the 3-4-3 will stay the shape, if you want to put it in quotes, but we do attack with 4 at the back. So like whatever happens, we attack with 5.
I mean, we attack with 5.
Yeah, but the shape changes to more of a 4 when we attack. When we defend, we'll obviously swing back into the 5 to defend, but we have the ball.
You're talking about the shift.
Of course. Yeah. We have the ball so much that the majority of us going forward will be a 4 at the back. So that whoever that additional center back is that is given the freedom to move forward, will just sort of move into more of a midfield 2 role. He becomes one of the 2s, one of the back 2s, So maybe Fofana, because of his pace, sort of rotates up just a bit in attack and becomes sort of one of the back 2s in attack. But we'll see. Who knows what Tuchel's going to want to do when he actually gets like a lot of these new guys in.
No lie, dude. I'm just glad we survived this game.
Yeah, it was a bum. My bum was quite tight there toward the end. It really was. And look, they got to quit doing this. It's bad for my heart. My heart was boom, 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 boom. It was not good, man.
Well, Jared, congratulations. You're a human being, baby, and you feel passion.
I was like, oh, please.
Oh my God, I was fucking losing it. I'm sure Josh was like, get the baby out of here. Get the baby out of here.
Oh no, luckily I go to a buddy's house to watch the game, so I don't have to ruin the mood of the house, but yeah, no,
Shut that baby up. Shut that baby up.
Yeah, you're definitely clinching like maybe the last 15 minutes there when we were defending a lot of corners and set pieces. So, but yeah, no, it's a big 3 points like in the heart of the season. When you think about, oh shit, remember when we were down 10 men? Yeah, we still got the 3 points.
Josh, but let's talk more about adversity and the sort of team morale and team building, winning this game, like not giving a fuck that we're down a man, but really just understanding that if you're down a man, just occupy spaces with a lot of players so it doesn't feel like you're down a man. And we really did that. And I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with our irrepressible nature and how we really just were saying, fuck this, we're going to win anyway.
Yeah, it was a great mentality sign to see that I was just happy to see that coming out of the halftime, they decided, let's just put the pressure on, let's attack. And they did a great job at that. Maybe they got a little bit more defensive towards the end of the game because they didn't want to give up something stupid. But, those are the sacrifices you make at the end of the game just to hold on to the 3 points. They did a really, really good job of that. You're not going to – I really wanted to – just real quick, I saw the question about Thiago Silva not being able to play 3 games a week earlier. I agree. I'll say this. I've watched Wesley Fofana a bunch of times. I've seen him play in the middle of a 3 for Leicester.
Oh, yeah.
So if it does come to a situation where you want to rest Thiago, you could play K2, Fofana, and Chalobah, or as a back 3 with Fofana in the middle. there's going to be lots of combinations that you can help guys rest with now that you have these defenders in.
Yeah, fans, don't worry. Fofana is skilled as hell. It's not going to be a problem. He's got the touch.
Yeah, he's a brilliant baller, and it was an important get. Really was.
Say it again, Jared. Say it again. My God, it was essential.
It was probably the best signing we could have done because it does rebuild our defense. I think we have a better defense than last year. I think if you go man for man, Koulibaly is better than Rudiger.
Yes.
And Fofana's, a different league than Christensen in my book.
Yes. We have improved 100%.
So, and then of course Cucurella is much better than Alonso. So, by the way, like the cockroach, still here.
It's all good.
I would like to refrain from speaking about this.
Yeah, he can stay as long as he wants for me, as long as he doesn't see a field. Like he can train in the corner by himself, whatever. But we don't have to worry about watching him play football this season.
You can tell Travis Crossroads to suck a butt. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah,
Cucurella was, aside from his corners today, he was very good again. I really his work rate is very impressive. His touch, his quick 1-2s are very impressive. Just his crossing let me down a little bit today, but that sometimes can be hit or miss depending on the day. But his overall game, I thought he was very good today.
Josh, I think he's crisp. I think the word is crisp. He passes crisply. He's got crispy to his game. I like how assertive he is with his passes. He's definitive. It's like he fucking means it, man.
Yep. Nice little assist to Sterling, a good direct pass on that first goal. Yeah. Both, obviously both wing backs assist today. So you want look for some creation. You got a little bit from those spots today.
Yep.
Yeah, no, very, very, very good game for some of these guys. I was very pleased with the mentality. I think Tuchel will be happy that they got the 3 points on a game where he wasn't able to be there.
It's the first time I've ever been at one of those games where we've been just camped for the last 20 minutes. I felt the goal was coming, but thank God that it didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was defend for your life for a while. It was it showed heart and tenacity, and I think that something like this will spur you on even more so than
say it again.
Yeah,
say it again.
Yeah, again, beating a team when you're down for 10 men for the majority of the match,
crazy.
And we were the better team.
We were.
Make no difference. Make no doubt about it. We were the better team on the day at 10 men playing against 11. You get this win, and then you're like, okay, if we can do that against 11 men, let's push on and show against Southampton. I want to see a Liverpool Bournemouth score against Southampton. By the way,
well,
go ahead, Marvin. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that's the thing, isn't it? Because I think that when you've got 10 men, you should be expected to lose the game. And the thing that I love the most is it shows the quality of some of the players. I've said it for years, and I still believe it, that Loftus-Cheek is good enough to play for the club. And
he is good enough to play. He is good enough to play.
Yeah, he played like 3 players' positions today. And I said it before I got cut off with the signal that I think that Gallagher and Mount maybe are not quite there. And we're looking at people like Silva, Loftus-Cheek, Sterling. They all stood up and felt like we had 11 men because they all took the game by the scruff of the neck and we were able to win. And I'd also add Reece James and Cucurella to that too.
Can you say that again?
And that's the thing. When you get a win like that,
Marvin, can you say that again?
We did.
Can you say that again? Where you just said that the leaders made it feel like we had 11 players.
It did. It really did. And it was as soon as that second half whistle went, it was a completely different game.
Agreed.
Yeah, it really was. Aspie, we got a lot of stick. Everybody didn't want him to start, but he played his butt off in the second half.
Look, I don't like
Absolutely.
the player, but I love what he did. I can't hate on him for this. I just can't.
Agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, to me, that's exactly why he's here for those 40 minutes he put
Well,
in, 45 minutes. Like,
he's an adult, Josh. He's an adult.
yeah. And he's been there, done that. He's been in Chelsea teams where we did win with 10 men and we have come back from nothing and won games. Like, he's been part of those teams. So for me, like today, these kind of games were exactly why they decided to give him an extension. Again, I don't necessarily need to see him start any games this year, but those kind of appearances are exactly why he's here.
Can anybody tell me who had the most clearances in the game?
I would say Cucurella.
It was Aspie, 6.
No shit.
Yeah. Kai Havertz had 4. Ruben had 4. Thiago Silva had 4. Trevor had only had 3. And that's the thing is.
All right, so here's something that I think we need to chat about. Trevor Chalobah. Was he playing for a loan?
He was very good today, if I'm being perfectly honest. I thought
he was, and I do not. Full disclosure,
Yeah, no, listen, I know you.
Not like the player. He was very good today.
Yeah, but what's funny to me is like this is how he looked to me last year. I thought he was very good last year too, for most parts of the year. This is he has those tools in his tool belt to be that kind of defender. He was a little bit more decisive today than maybe he had been. He got the bread of the ball off his feet quick if he was unsure about it. Mm-hmm. And I thought for the most part his defending and passing were all really good today. I don't think he really put much of a foot wrong, to be honest with you.
Well, he's still going to be loaned, right, Jared? He's still going to be loaned.
No, I think
they said before the game they said before the game they pulled all of his opportunities for loan. He's staying with his teammate.
No shit, I didn't know this. They reported that right before the game that last week Chelsea told him he's not going on loan. He's staying. So he's going to go toe to toe with Wesley Fofana. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think he just by starting him today, Tuchel showed you that he's ahead of Asby in the pecking order as a starter.
What you also said earlier, which I think is fucking brilliant, is that Fofana can also play center back.
Yeah, he's done it quite often for Leicester. He's played there a lot.
Yeah. So so this actually might be 3-dimensional chess with Tuchel and what he's trying to do. So I actually, I might actually dig it. Who knows?
Well, we do need to keep depth in that position.
We do. Because Thiago Silva, he's not eternal, even though he's probably like one of the best players we've ever seen. But he's not eternal. So we do need to think about who's going to play center back. If it's Fofana, awesome, because Fofana is very skilled.
Yep. He is. I do want to play devil's advocate. If Jamie Vardy scores today on the ball that he got through on Trevor Chalobah, are we having the same conversation?
No, we're not.
Because Chalobah would have came off with a hammy injury, and then it wouldn't have been a big deal. But he seemed to be okay after he realized he didn't score. He got up pretty quick.
No.
He grabbed his hamstring real quick when Vardy got by him, and I thought he was done. But
Jared, the answer is that fans are fickle, so the answer is no.
Well, and down a man too, Jared. Like I think that's a tough thing to put on him when you're down a man. He's being asked to play a little bit more like as a midfielder at that point in the game, and sometimes guys like Vardy get in behind you. That's what Vardy does best.
Well, my thing is you can't let Vardy get past you. You have to take the yellow card.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. He went more for the ball instead of trying to stop the play.
We dodged the bullet. It is what it is. This is the Premier League, baby.
So that was my question on Chalobah.
Jared, I'll be very clear. I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea.
I agree, but
I just don't think we're gonna loan him unless There is Rafa Leao scenario.
I think he showed today he's good enough to play here. If I'm being honest, I know Marv. I think Marv's kind of been up and down with Chala. I think a little bit of last year he liked him, and then I don't know where he stands now on him, but I think he's good enough. I think if you play him in the right amount of games, he can really be an asset. We didn't lose a single game he started in last year. But again, yeah, if there's an opportunity for a Leao and they want him, I would do that. I wouldn't let him hold that deal back. But I think he could play here, absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair enough. If you're saying he's a bench option, I'm fine with that. I don't want him starting in the big games.
Yep, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So I have to ask you guys a question, and this is a fandom question as much as it is a financial question. Do you guys care how much we spend on players?
Not in the least bit.
Yeah, certainly not. Definitely not this window.
You
yeah,
say that now.
not.
You say that now. What else? Here's the reason why. Is because if you guys want Rafael Leao, that's an expensive opportunity, my man. It's a great opportunity, but it's super expensive.
Well, to me, it reminds me. Remember when Neymar had that big release clause at Barca, and PSG were like, "We want the player." They just paid the release clause, man. Like, I think we could do the same thing. Like, the release clause is there. It's 150. If Todd Bowley wants to be crazy and just say, "Fuck it, here's 150. He's ours now." Like, that's on the table. I think until the last few minutes of the window. Wouldn't be shocked if he did something crazy like that.
I wouldn't either. Because if you guys watch, Todd Bowley is not only the owner of the Dodgers, he's also a part owner of the Lakers. These people do crazy moves. It's an American thing. It's why these clubs win. They're brave.
Right. And I think that, again, if you want to pay that, depending on how, again, when you see the overall fee, not all that is paid up the front. So you have to understand that depending on the agreement, so much is paid up front and the rest is amortized over
the length of the contract.
The length of the contract. Well, we're giving people 6 and 7 year contracts.
Yeah. And they do like Ziyech too. So there's a potential there to maybe cut 30 million off a price tag or something like that,
Correct. And then maybe that's why we overpriced him to Ajax so we could use him in that deal.
Maybe so.
Right. Well, yeah, you don't want to tell AC Milan you want, at least 40 for him when you quoted Ajax like 20. Like, you're going to put the number high with all clubs so that they know, like, well, if someone wants Ziyech, like Chelsea said, it's 44, and then now you can negotiate from there. But I think if it's possible he could go, they do like that play. They do like Ziyech as a player, AC Milan. So, and there's until the last minute of the window, there's always a chance that we could do something crazy like that.
I like him too, but he's not a $44 million player.
No, I agree, but you value him high. That way you can negotiate to a price that's ultimately fair for the player.
So yes, that's fine, and we can be arrogant like that. But if we still have to carry him, is it worth it to be so fucking staunch? Is it worth it?
I don't know.
Who are we carrying?
If Ziyech is overpriced and outpriced, is it worth it to still carry him?
I think so. I think that he still offers something to the team that we don't actually have.
I know he's clever. I like him too, Marvin.
Yeah,
I like him too.
Yeah, so do I. But again, his specialty is the things he does best are very specialized. So you have to.
They're also very attractive and they're very amiable. Everybody likes that shit.
He's a moments player, isn't he? Really? He's a moments player.
Yeah, he has it in his bag to do something special, either with the shot or with a pass. But like, how often do those moments come along is the question you have to ask yourself when you're talking
it's not
about
enough,
playing.
is it?
Right.
And the problem is, he, like all the other wingers and forwards we've got, he has no 1v1 quality.
Yeah, he's too slow. He's just Mount. He's too slow.
Yeah, I keep bringing it up that it is a problem. We've got no 1v1 quality, and it
Marvin,
hurts.
we're not gonna buy St. Max. Stop fucking pushing it.
But there is, there are others, right? There's Czar, there's Rafael, there's players that are there. There's Gordon, you know.
Ooh, Ian Dark, Anthony Gordon ran over to hand shirt to Everton fans. Looks like a farewell gesture.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, that's the thing too. Like that's why, like it depends. Like if Ziyech goes out and say, do we have another attacker who might go out?
I don't think so.
Cho.
Yeah, so it would just be Ziyech, right? So you
I don't know who Cho is. Ziyech,
Cho,
right?
Yeah. Cho might go to Leverkusen, right? On loan.
Never heard of him. You said Ziyech,
okay,
right?
well,
Okay, cool.
There's potentially 2 attacking positions to fill. So do you fill one with Gordon and one with a crazy player like Liao, or do you go for 25 million for Zaha and get a Zaha as your other option there? I mean, it sort of depends on how crazy do you want to get with the money, but
Do you want my honest opinion?
I'd spend 25 on Zaha and just call
No, we
it
want
a
you to
day.
lie, please lie.
Fuck you, Jared. No, 100% Zaha. Yeah, that's my answer. It's Zaha.
So Anthony Gordon's line: 5 shots, 4 on target, 1 goal. Let's see what his passing numbers were. 27 passes, 85.2% clip. They rated him as
Look at his ground duels. That's for a player like him. That's a good stat for me because that's what he's out there chasing balls from the high position. So how do you do on ground duels?
we had 1 completed dribble.
Conor Gallagher has apologized by virtue of Instagram. And what I have to say is I do not fucking care.
Yeah, me neither. He had 5 tackles, by the way.
I don't care.
I'm talking about Anthony Gordon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see, like for a player where he's playing and the way Tuchel likes to play him, those are stats that I look at because that's what Tuchel's going to ask him to do to chase the ball.
No shit, dude.
Get into ground duels.
Josh, say it again, Josh. Because this Anthony Gordon is literally a Tuchel player.
Yeah,
he's a Tuchel player.
That's why they're willing to spend money on him because, like, what he did, like, that's why I say look at Anthony Gordon, look at his ground duels because I looked at him earlier. I think he was like 6 of 15 on ground duels. So for me, I'm looking at in his position. That's 15 opportunities he potentially made for you there, trying to make a ground duel and trying to take on a tackle there. And he turned 6 of them over. So that's 6 opportunities he created you through his ability to go at guys. And then now the question is, does he have the skill on the other end to convert those turnovers into something on the other side? And he scored a beautiful goal today. I don't know if it's a really nice goal. But I like the player. I'd like to see it get it done.
You know, we wanted this from Timo Werner, right? The problem with Timo Werner is that he didn't have the skill to beat players. He didn't have moves. You got to have moves. If you're a winger and you're fast, you have to have moves, man. It's part of the job. And I look at Anthony Gordon. He's got tons of moves, man. It's kind of a no-brainer. I want to see it play out. I would like us to buy him because he does have moves. He's one of, if not the fastest player in the Premier League. And his press is relentless. He cares. He will do what Tuchel wants him to do. He will he will abide instruction.
The other stat that I like, he was only dispossessed 1 time today. So
No
he doesn't turn over the ball. I love that.
God damn, Jared. God damn. You are a fucking Billy Bean in this shit with all these stats. None of the people listening will understand that reference.
No, that was Well, gentlemen, I don't know if we have much more to go over. Do y'all have anything that you want to talk about in particular?
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, nothing real extra for me. It was just a big 3 points. I said before, it was kind of a inspired performance, and basically from 30 minutes on. was really happy to see that energy from the team, especially without Tuchel on the sideline. And so now, we got Fofana in the door. That was probably the best news of the day. We got a whole week to do something crazy. So we'll see Tuesday what Tuchel has been planned for some of these guys. It'll be a real eye opener on some of the depth chart, I think, on Tuesday.
I think so. Birthday boy?
You know, life is an interesting thing. You know, what do we want to feel? How do we want to feel? How do we want to be inspired? Are things so interesting that it's undeniable? I have to say today, Raheem Sterling, you know, people have a lot to say about the move that he made to Chelsea. You know, people don't like it. I love it. But today, he was just so fearless. And I want to say thank you to him for showing that this generation is not lost and that some people have real proper balls. And he fucking has them. He didn't care that we were down a man. He fucking balled. And I am so proud to call him a Chelsea player.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. We might do another show tomorrow. We'll talk about going forward because, of course, I work on Tuesday and I won't be available at all. I got to pay the bills just like everybody else. So, so we might do a show. I don't know if it'll be a panel show, maybe a call-in show. A panel will, of course, always be the first people invited on to talk about Tuesday and what we think is going to go on at the end of the transfers. But I know Ryan has some places to be. It is his birthday. Again, happy birthday. The big 3-4.
Hey, Jared, before I go, who do you think we got? Who do you think we're going to land?
For the rest, I think we still get Aubameyang in.
Yeah.
And I still think we get Anthony Gordon in.
Josh, how about you, man? What do you think?
Yep, I think Aubameyang comes in, probably be done by Monday. Anthony Gordon, and I think they're gonna finish and round it off with Wilfred Zaha.
Oh shit! That is almost too delicious, my man, because we're trying to close out this program. I love it, Josh. I love it.
Yeah, I think that would be spectacular. But Ziyech and Callum would have to leave if all those came in.
That's okay with me.
Well, fine with me too. I'm not too bothered. But gentlemen, as always, thank you for being here. I know you take a lot of your time out of your day where you could spend with people in real life. Of course, Josh with his family and Ryan on his birthday. I appreciate you massively. I'll let you know about tomorrow. Also to the people in chat, without y'all here, there's no reason for us to be here. We can always do this on a Skype call amongst ourselves. So I appreciate everybody giving up their time to listen to us bloviate today. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Tweet the streams out. We will get better at this. I'm a newbie. Just it is what it is. So
don't worry about it, Jared. They already like you, man. They already like you.
Somebody has to, right?
Well, I like you too.
There you go. See, I'm all good now. I'm all good. So for Jared, for Ryan, for Josh, for Marv, who was in and out, a big thank you to everybody who's tuned in, and we'll see y'all again on the flip side. Up to Chelsea.
Yes, sir.